My favorite content creator, Martin Scorsese, has this really good video out called Goodfellas. It's kind of long, but it has a voiceover, so it's kind of like a video essay. You guys should really check it out.
Thanks, Megachell. My brain loses yet another lobe as I refer to even more of the things I consume as content. Don't get me wrong, this isn't your fault. It's just the brain rot chewing at all of us that I can't help but weep over when I notice it happening. Hi again, guys. And can you believe the last time I made you sit through a review of my worst TikTok likes was over a year ago? Listen, this format's too lucrative not to be milking it until the cow's udder is scabbed over, beating it until the dead horse has a leaking hole in its sternum. But hey, missed opportunity aside, at least I can use this cope as an excuse that this is actually a year-end review. And trust me, it actually kind of is that. I spent the time reviewing the full last half a year of my TikTok likes to curate this slop for you. If you enjoy this video, this card at the end will take you to the last time we did this. And did you know only 20% of y'all are subscribed with notifications on? Get a grip, you bum. If you sub and hit that bell icon, you'll never miss an upload. And you can always undo it later if you decide you hate me.
Damn, we catch ourselves a baby hammerhead. Look at him. He's so cool.
You know, it is kind of fun comparing the worms in my head at the beginning of the year towards the end of the year by rewatching old stuff I've laughed at after I've put my noggin through the ringer of the rest of the year. My expectations watching this video again were that the shark was either going to make a Freddy Fazbear noise or the guy holding it was going to overhand fastball pitch it back into the ocean. He would technically be doing catch and release fishing, just a little more violently than his industry standard. And I'm front-loading this video with a surprising amount of fish. But the end of my year was marked by a surprising amount of these wet little sources of protein. It's a shame that this edit wasn't made after we had the Fortnite pogfish added to the lexicon of stuff I send to my friends that make them stop talking to me. In my notes before writing this video, I had this TikTok marked as Cat Sisyphus. I'm not sure what I meant by that, honestly. But the truth is that this is more of a traditional Greek tragedy, where the hero's own fatal flaw leads to their, in this case, literal downfall. That cat just had a need to chew, and found a comfortable place from which to do it, but in chewing through the cables that held him up, he robbed himself of both the thing he had managed to build for himself and the means for which to indulge in his hubris. He's literally God of War 3 Kratos.
I'm on that good cushion alcohol. I'm on that good cushion alcohol. I'm on that good cushion alcohol.
This was probably the most consequential TikTok for my psyche all year. I can't tell you the amount of times I've said, I'm on that good cushion alcohol. Especially when I need to fill dead air on stream. Twitch.tv/Kwite. Nobody in my AJR glazing chat knows who Future is. It's just one of those phrases that can be applied to any situation regardless of context. The highs of enjoying life on that good cushion alcohol and the lows of the come down, where you get too much of a good thing, fry the dopamine centers of your brain, and struggle to enjoy anything because you indulge so much. That's right, this video is a metaphor for addiction. Purple guy is literally Spider-Man 2 Black Suit Peter. That little prick has literally no remorse for stealing that shit. When he gets pulled out of the dunk tank, he has the nerve to keep smacking his lips looking directly into the camera. Yeah, you stopped me before I could finish. But the important part is that you won't get to enjoy it, because you hate the idea of sharing anything that a cat has touched its mouth to. That pussy was happy enough ruining someone's ability to enjoy the drink at all, even over completing his satisfaction of consuming it. A truly hateful soul. Speaking of consuming, gamer subs, code Kwite for 10% off. I recommend Guacamole Gamer Fart. It's quite good. I think the dude eating the avocado's crying on the tub. This was posted on October 27th of 2023. Every girlfriend this past week.
Honey, the dishes need doing. Guess New York's more important.
Yeah, guess what came out on October 20th? That's right, it was Spider-Man 2. I was trapped in Las Vegas at Twitchcon when this game came out, and scrolling TikTok was an absolute nightmare. Just trying not to trip over every landmine laid out for me by the For You page so I could beat off to peak Spider-Man when I finally got home. Editor Nina was there with me, and she can attest to how annoying I was about needing my Spider-Man fix when I returned from my pilgrimage to the sphere. Also, shout out the creator of that skit, Adam McG. Bro has had a series of bangers this year that actually got me to stop the mindless scroll of the algorithm and to go to his account to start a mindless scroll of his videos. A lot of good stuff in there.
Fighting my roommate's stupid cat relative. Tiny a hurt box. What do you mean I can't grab him? Hadouken. Okay, his footsies are kind of good though. Dude, he's timing me out.
The missed command grab that's slower than every other attack gets me every time. And this might seem like just a little joke to most people. Aw, that cat's too short, so he can't even punch him. But this actually rears a particular trauma from my childhood's head. Fighting any Yoda main in Soul Calibur 4, if you pick that scrawny little green fuck, and don't say I'm talking about myself, my ass cheeks are fat, so it doesn't apply, you're probably responsible for a kid who grew up to become an abusive alcoholic father. You were the one who planted the first seeds in somebody's mind that made a dude want to beat up a small, defenseless little creature that he never got to satisfy and put to rest on Xbox Live. I hope you're proud of yourself.
My grandpa isn't all there mentally, so please try to be respectful during the party.
Squidward, you have my word.
Happy birthday, Grandpa!
There's a bomb! There's a bomb strapped to my
I love how you can tell the exact moment it goes from the shitty AI voices to a clip ripped from the show by the sheer visceral performance. The way this video is edited kills me too, because you can see the text of SpongeBob screaming about a bomb before it even zooms out. It's hard to make out, but when you rewatch the TikTok, which I have at least 24 times, its foreshadowing couldn't have seen coming until a second viewing. A great example of why revisiting your old classic favorites is worth the time to spot new details you might have missed.
Yo, there's some rapscallion outside the apothecary selling discounted Tears of the Worm. I'm gonna try these.
These TikTok filters have started getting too damn good in recent years. The shitty little puppy face they added on Snapchat almost a decade ago could not have prepared me for the realistic Sid the Slothing of a man's face. You used to just have to look like that to make the joke about smoking gas station mids changing your face structure. Now, through the power of technology, this bit is available to everybody. Mark said it in the caption, but this is the true Sisyphus of my TikTok likes this year. If you don't know, that bug is forever trapped wandering the plains of a Möbius strip, a shape you can actually make that has only one continuous side. If you were this bug walking on one of these things, you would forever travel on a continuous path that you would never be able to tell the end or the beginning of, never knowing which way is up or down. Truly a hell only mankind could create. That said, you may have heard this factoid involving a Möbius strip before, but when Tony Stark says invert the Möbius strip when inventing time travel in Avengers Endgame, he's being a fucking moron, because the strip only has one side, so inverting it is pointless, dumbass. You just made the same shape again.
Shit, bro. It's not working.
Man, it's always some crazy shit happening in the UK. I don't mean to act all holier than thou, hailing from the country that is home to the Bass Pro Pyramid, aka my pride and joy, and the Chicago Bean. But what is the purpose of an art installation for a random black rock picture frame in the middle of the city? The only options I can think of are the most homeless-friendly bench made in the last 2 decades, or somebody made it with the express purpose of, wouldn't it be funny if we made it look like a nether portal?
Let's go, I'll take it, gimme.
Nah, you gotta put that.
That Malo guy is never getting that golf ball back from wherever the Florida Everglades swallowed it up. But for the demonstration we just got to watch, that was splendid. Like, just look at that drive. George Bush telling us he's gonna bomb the shit out of the Middle East before hitting a cock and ball torture thwack of the century would be proud of that swing. Speaking of CBT, have you seen that one guy who just hits the nastiest drives at Topgolf with one hand? Snappy Gilmore, I think his name was. Both of them are cracked.
Dude, they got so many great options nowadays. Holy, bro, is that the Rabbit game?
You know, Walmart might not sell walls, lacks in its namesake, but damn, for only having an electronic section, they have got some heaters in the gaming aisle. One thing I was really surprised to hear from my friends and reviewers who have played the game is that apparently the Mario Rabbids games are some of the best of their genre. I always love when what might usually be seen as gimmicky crossover games actually end up just being peak. For instance, a series like Super Smash Bros. By all means could have easily been a tacky and played out cash grab that just throws whatever gaming icons in there that they can get the rights for. But instead, it invented, or at least perfected, and remains the pinnacle of the platform fighting genre. It is cool when the consumer brain meets innovation.
Wait, why are you still peeing? Magno! What the? Oh my god!
Time lapse of the dog's puddle slowly expanding just needs home residents playing over it, and then you've got a perfect aesthetic TikTok. This might be a weird question, but usually when a person is holding that amount of pee inside their bladder, certainly it's because they've drunk too much water and are overhydrated, right? Meaning that their pee would then come out clear. Is that only a human problem? Like, do dogs have clear pee on occasion if they have too much to drink? I'm gonna be honest, that's a question I don't want answered, and I should instead ask myself and my therapist why it even came to mind. So I'm gonna wrap this video up here and work on myself to start the new year. That card I mentioned should be on screen. If you enjoyed, be sure to drop a like and subscribe. Anyways, this has been Kwite, and this year has sucked shit for me. I can't wait till it's over.